Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Nadia Ali, and I will be talking about a very important topic, probiotics. A number of people actually take probiotics on a daily basis, and today we will talk about the research that we have in terms of the role of probiotics in our health and also in terms of disease. So let's start. So the first and foremost goal is to be able to understand what probiotics are, and then we will get into their benefits. So what are probiotics? Probiotics are basically beneficial bacteria and fungi. These beneficial and bacteria actually live inside our digestive tract, but they're also present in our nose, they're present on our skin, they're present in our mouth, they're present in vagina, they are present in all the different surfaces of our body, and they play a very important role. And we will talk about that role in a little bit. But it is not just that the capsules that we consume are probiotics. There are also foods which actually contain a lot of good bacteria, and those foods are called probiotic-rich foods. So we can actually consume these foods and actually improve our health. So examples of such foods are yogurt or kefir. And so we can consume these foods and get the benefits that we would get from probiotics. So let's now talk about what are the benefits. So the first and foremost thing to understand is that the majority of these good bacteria and fungi live inside a digestive tract. And it is very important for our digestive tract. The reason why these bacteria and fungi are important is because they play a very important role in the digestion and absorption of the food that we intake. In addition, they also play a very important role in the nutrient production, such as production of vitamin B12 and vitamin K2. Another very important role of these bacteria is that these bacteria can produce something called butyrate and other short-chain fatty acids. These compounds called short-chain fatty acids play a very important role in helping the colon cells to remain healthy. They also play a very important role in the brain health. Last but not least, we have to understand that these bacteria also play a very important role in detoxification, particularly getting rid of fat-soluble toxins. So it is very important that we have a digestive tract which contains these friendly bacteria and friendly fungi. A very important role of these good bacteria and fungi is to prevent the gut from actually being infected by different types of pathogenic or harmful bacteria, harmful fungus such as candida, as well as parasites, all of which can actually cause infections, which will manifest itself as diarrhea. So probiotics can actually help prevent and treat infections in the digestive tract. The other thing which is very important is that when we have people who complain of irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, bloating, gurgling, reflux, anal itching, all of these symptoms are an indirect indication that there are actually bad bacteria and fungi and or parasites in the digestive tract. And the reason why these bacteria and fungi have actually been able to reside in the digestive tract is either because we did not have adequate good bacteria and fungi, or that those good bacteria and fungi were somehow replaced by the bad ones. So in a lot of these conditions, probiotics are very helpful in restoring the balance of the good bacteria in the digestive tract. So that is another very important reason why probiotics can be very helpful. Interestingly, a new term for probiotics is psychobiotics. Now, the reason why they are called psychobiotics is because there is actually another brain, often called the second brain. This is the nervous system of the digestive tract, which is very, very, very powerful. Interestingly, in the nervous system of the digestive tract, there are neurons, and these neurons, which are the nerve cells, produce certain chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Interestingly, these neurotransmitters are also the same neurotransmitters that are needed in the brain. So one of the most important neurotransmitter needed for the function of the brain is serotonin. And people who have anxiety and depression are often given medications to increase serotonin. Interestingly, 80 to 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the digestive tract, in this nervous system, which we call the enteric nervous system or the second brain. This is the reason why probiotics are called psychobiotics, because we know that they play a very important role in improving anxiety and depression, because there is a very strong connection between the brain and the second brain or the nervous system of the digestive tract. 70% of the signals travel from the second brain or the digestive enteric nervous system to the actual brain, and 30% of the signals go from the brain to the second brain. So it is important that if we have mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, ADHD, brain fog, then we look at the digestive tract as a potential root cause and possibly see if there is imbalance of the bacteria or overgrowth of bad bacteria and or fungus. The next very important area where probiotics have been found to be very helpful is heart. So interestingly, we know that probiotics have been shown to lower bad cholesterol. They have also been shown to reduce blood pressure, as well as reduce the inflammatory markers which contribute to inflammation and ultimately to heart disease. They've also been found to lower blood sugar levels. So the probiotics play a very important role in heart health. It also is very clear from these findings that the gut plays a very important role in inflammatory conditions such as heart disease, autoimmune diseases, as well as osteoporosis. Interestingly, we now know and we have research which shows that probiotics actually have been shown to increase the bone mineral density at the level of the spine. So for those people who are suffering from osteoporosis, probiotics actually play a very important role in the process of osteoporosis. Part of the reason being that osteoporosis can result secondary to inflammation. The next very important area is the role of probiotics in eczema and allergies. So we know that people who have eczema have an overactive immune system. And we know that this immune system can be triggered by presence of bad bacteria and fungi or having inadequate good bacteria. And we also know that if there is bad bacteria present, then they can actually trigger an immune response leading to inflammation. Similarly, those people who have allergies or they have atopic dermatitis, these conditions are also a direct result of inflammation, which could actually be stemming from the digestive tract. So it is not a surprise that probiotics have the potential to reduce the severity of certain allergies and eczema. The next and very important role of probiotics is with regards to the immune system. And we know that the immune system is very important because it protects us from different infections. And we are living in the world of COVID, where we definitely need a more strong immune system, which has the capacity to protect us. We now have research which shows that probiotics actually boost the immune system. And it is not a surprise because 80% to 90% of our immune system is present around the digestive tract. And so, if we want to boost the immune system, we need to have good bacteria. We need to have a good microbiome, which is a combination of the bacteria and fungi and all the other living organisms inside our gut, because these actually will inhibit the growth of harmful gut bacteria, which can activate the immune system and create inflammation, which reduces our immunity. We now know that those who take probiotics have less respiratory tract infections, including common cold. We also know that probiotics reduce the duration and severity of common colds. It can also prevent common colds. So probiotics are very important for a robust immune system. The last but not least is the role of probiotics in weight loss. And this is really interesting because we have to understand that we now know that the gut bacteria in lean people is different than the gut bacteria in obese people. Rather, we found that people who are lean have much more diverse bacteria as compared to those who are obese. There was a very interesting study that was carried out on mice. And there were two groups of mice, a group of fat mice and a group of lean mice. And they fed the poop of the fat mice to the lean mice and the poop of the lean mice to the fat mice. And within a few months, they saw that the lean mice had become fat and the fat mice had become thin. So what we see is that the gut bacteria actually has a very important role on the weight of the body. Now, interestingly, we know that some bacteria inside the gut can actually change the amount of calories that a person absorbs. So if you have the kind of bacteria which absorb more calories, then with the same amount of food that you are eating, you will get many more calories relative to another person whose bacteria do not absorb as many calories. And so what we now know is that probiotics can actually play an important role in weight management as well. We also know that probiotics can help release certain hormones, and these hormones regulate appetite. So we now know that these probiotics can work in many different ways to change the metabolism of the body. So now we can say that probiotics are definitely very important. However, we have to remember that it is not a single bacteria that we need. Rather, there are many different strains, and each strain has its own role in different health conditions. And so it is not just about taking any probiotic, it is about doing an assessment to see what kind of bacteria and fungi do you have, which will determine what kind of probiotic would work best for you, depending on the gut bacteria and fungi in your gut, depending on your medical condition, depending on your history. And it is also important to have a probiotic of good quality, it is also important to have adequate number of bacteria in that probiotic. And so there are a lot of things which need to be taken into consideration before a probiotic is chosen for you. And so before taking your probiotic, make sure you talk to your functional doctor about what are some of the things which are important for you in deciding which probiotic will work best for you. So with that, thank you so much for being with us. And we would like you to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos about health and the latest research in the medical field. If you like the video, please go ahead and press the like button. Thank you so much.